Well, I'd like to welcome our first guest on the line today. He was just with us at IHC Forum and Expo as a sponsor. He'll be with us ahead at our other two events, our Private Exchange Forum and IHC Forum West. And joining us is Tom Demmer, VP Business Development with Renaissance Dental. Tom, good morning to you.
Good morning, gentlemen. How are you?
We're great. How are you doing, Tom?
I'm doing fine, just basking in the glow of Atlanta.
Are you still here?
No, I'm back in my home office in Michigan.
Oh, great. Well, it was great to have you with us, Tom. And, for our audience sake, just give them a little more background on Renaissance Dental, and then we'll kind of move ahead with some of these other discussions.
Sure. Renaissance Dental, we're a division, or we kind of fall under our umbrella company, Renaissance Life and Health. And the whole Renaissance Corporation is a conglomerate of various not-for-profit and for-profit insurance companies and technology companies. And our focus in our business unit has been in the exchange world. We craft product for private and the public exchange world, and primarily in the ancillary benefits.
What do you see ahead for yourself in the exchange market? Where do you see the exchange market from your desk right now?
Well, it's been an incredible last, I was going to say 5, but it's really been more like 8 years. The amazing change in the marketplace that's occurred is great, because that's about the time we created our company, and it was right at the entrance of the insurance world changing to more of a marketplace. Yep. And so our first goal was to really get out there and create national solutions for individual products. And quite a few of our solutions now are on some of the larger retiree healthcare exchanges. And we're really looking forward now to expanding that into the group marketplace world, and really look at other types of benefit designs and benefit products as these private marketplaces continue to expand.
Hey, Tom, this is Ron Bachman. You were at Atlanta and a key part of the whole program there. What did you take out of the forum on private exchanges? Since the focus you're putting on it now is trying to build that out. What did you take out? Because we tried to weave a lot of the exchange discussion into the forum, because we think that is consumerism. It's about choice and options and flexibility, and maybe not everybody right away sees the connection between private exchanges and consumerism, but we feel it's very much a key part. So what was your takeaway on some of the discussions maybe that you heard from others that are even in that space?
Well, in Ron, I'm all over that. I really think you're spot on. The whole exchange model really has consumerism in mind, because it's all about that consumer's choice in what fits their healthcare needs. And we're really seeing it now, where that whole marketplace really seems to be going from what I'm going to call like version 1.0 into 2 and 3.0 now. The really interesting thing that I took away from was not just so much in the forum too, but also networking behind the scenes and talking with some of the technology partners about the choice architecture programs now that are being placed on some of these private exchanges. They're going to help the consumers dial in and find the best program for them very easily. Because I think there's a lot of the consumers out there that want to kind of drive the choice, but there's still a bunch of them that need to hit the easy button and are going to need the help on the marketplace platforms to help them make that decision for them.
You talk about Renaissance Dental. What focus on other products do you have, and why is dental so important in your overall portfolio?
Let me start with dental, because that's our bread and butter, and that's what I've been doing now for over 28 years, is basically dental. After medical, dental is the next choice in the benefit mix. So it's very high up on the ancillary food chain, so to speak. But there's so many more now that are coming, and that's kind of where we're expanding our reach. Our goal is to soon become everything ancillary. So it's not just a dental one-trick pony program. We recently added a fully insured vision product, group product, and then in the individual space, We are now, right now, talking and just about to file a fully insured hearing product. And I'm really liking that marketplace because that's new ground. A lot of people really get into the discount programs when it comes to hearing, but there really isn't anything full-blown insurance-wise for that. And, our tea leaves are kind of telling us that could be the next big thing, too. And, I laugh about this. People used to actually laugh about when people would mention pet insurance, but people are laughing anymore. That's an ancillary product that people are looking for.
I'm still laughing about that.
I'm not laughing at my dental bill for my dog, though.
No. Yeah. Hey, Tom, this is Doug, and there's, that's interesting. As you are rolling out those other products, including vision, and when you look at dental and vision, they have clear connectivity to health and wellness as well, and preventive care. Correct?
Correct. People really do focus on the medical, but in their overall, especially with the consumer, their overall systemic health, dental and vision are incredibly important. I think there's like over 120 symptom factors that a dentist or even a optician can find with their patients that can actually help save their lives. And oddly enough, and I've been kind of the Don Quixote of dental benefits for years, but the model for dental insurance is incredibly important and something that the medical world should really take a look at. More people see their dentists on a yearly basis, sometimes than their physician. They go in for the routine checkups, they go in for the preventive care, and that helps keep their overall dental costs down. That model, that should be the model for just about most benefits, really. Just to get in there for the preventive care, get the person healthy, get them out of danger quickly, and move them through the healthcare system.
Tom, it's John Young, and it was great spending some time with you at the forum. And I just curious. I'm sure you get this objection often, and that is, well, why can't a consumer just pay for this care themselves?
And you know what? My own dad gave me that question, too, when he lost his retiree benefits. Hey, I'm just going to self-fund. Why shouldn't I? And, you got to kind of look at the personal needs, John. Everybody has their own different needs. The key thing, though, is when it comes down to insurance, the actual insurance program helps pay for the services better than a direct consumer could. They're going to get charged what I call the basic retail fee. And the great thing about the carriers with their PPO networks and their negotiated fee schedules, it helps keep it's lower than the basic retail. So that member's percentage of the fee is going to actually be lower based on our PPO schedule fee. And if you use your benefits right, you're going to more than exceed your paid premium every year in the program, and I think that's the key.
Tom, talk a little bit about your experience with the exchange so far, and as you look ahead, how can a benefit exchange help a consumer's benefit dollar go farther?
Yeah, and this question came up in one of our breakout sessions, oddly enough, in Atlanta, and it was interesting having, especially someone from the fast food industry on my panel. I brought up the what I call the value meal option. In basically that whole fast food purchase, it's a smarter use of your dollar, right? You're going to get the value meal. So for us, the exchanges, it helps the consumer pinpoint their needs. It helps them put their dollars into basically what's most important to them. And again, I keep bringing up that fast food purchase. Nobody wakes up in the morning and thinks about dental insurance, but they do think about medical from time to time. So when they're in that marketplace and they're concerned about their health care, they're making that medical, more than likely they're making the medical purchase. And I call it like the burger. So, you've got the ancillary products, the dental and the vision, and it's kind of like the burger and or it's kind of like the fries and the drink to the burger. So when you're purchasing that, you're looking at the whole holistic purchase. Medical, dental, and vision, and I call that basically our version. The exchange is helping put together the Happy Meal for the consumer.
Tom, the Supreme Court decision came down yesterday. Can you talk a little bit, connecting the dots between dental benefits required under the Affordable Care Act and that decision? Is it helpful to your marketplace? And maybe people don't always understand or appreciate the required dental benefits, especially for kids under the Affordable Care Act.
Thanks. Yeah, and that's the key. The ACA focuses on pediatric dental. So it caused everybody that was in that marketplace to kind of adjust and shift and accommodate that need, and it's been a good thing. I mean, I've been involved with children's dental programs for over 20 years, and for us here, when I was working in the Michigan marketplace, we helped develop a Medicaid program called Healthy Kids Dental that provided so much needed dental care to the Medicaid population, and it's still going strong, and I'm very proud of that program. And it's great to see what we're able to do now on the federal side. Oddly enough, though, probably close to 80 to almost 90% of our sales are adults in the federal marketplace. So while we've all been watching closely what was going on with the ACA, it really, while it's an important part of our whole marketing mix, oddly enough, the pediatric dental just really hasn't shown up.
Wow, that's interesting.
You know, I don't think most people fully appreciate what you and Doug were just touching on earlier, and that is how dental care really can affect your health. It can be life-threatening if you have abscesses and all sorts of issues that can translate throughout your body to your cardiovascular system, to your heart, and whatever. So, how do you promote that? How do you make people more aware of the interconnection between dental and what they otherwise might think of as their physical health, where dental really is a part of their physical health?
And you can do anything in a marketing brochure, but I think that even some of this decision-making support tools that are going to be taking a greater place in the private exchange world is going to help that. Because if you're checking off parts that say, "Oh, I'm diabetic," or "I'm a pregnant woman," these can all be notes that can actually show up later when you're doing your dental choice and say, "Hey, we noticed that you've got a diabetic condition. Did you know like Renaissance Dental offers 4 cleanings a year for those with diabetes?" Mm-hmm. And that's a great thing because it helps keep their oral health in check. Because if they don't, that can actually turn into an emergency room visit for that diabetic patient down the road. So I'm really big on this whole the choice architecture model that's coming, and that's there's quite a few people that are doing it now, but I'm really seeing it becoming a greater role, and that's really going to help the consumer in the long run.
So, Tom, I can't believe how fast the time went because I had all sorts of questions on choice architecture. Maybe we can talk again sometime about that. But could you leave our audience with some takeaways from your experience and from your value proposition that you want them to remember?
Right. One of the key things, especially with the way consumers are using web-based tools for really just about everything now, and I love to see it now in the healthcare market because it's something that people are getting used to doing it for just about everything else, and why not healthcare? And it actually may make them a more active user of the healthcare system by using some of these tools. The other part too is especially from like maybe an employer standpoint, those that are sitting on the fence about the private exchange world. Should I enter this? Should I dip my toe into it? And my answer is, jump in. The water's fine. Provide these. The marketplaces can provide such a great choice for your employees, and it's amazing now because you look at like a millennial versus somebody who's got teenagers versus an early retiree or an actual retiree. They all have different health care and ancillary benefit needs. And the marketplace really, the private marketplace now is really helping address that.
Tom, listen, we really appreciate you, first of all, being with us this week here in Atlanta. We thank you for that. We thank you for being on our program today, and we'll see you soon in Baltimore.
Yes, I was just about to say I'm looking forward to Baltimore. Should be a blast. Should be just as good as Dallas was.
Yeah, you have a great weekend, okay? And thanks again.
Take care, guys.